Hi, it's Kantisa. It's day 2. We will go ahead and get started. Please allow me to share my screen with you. So this is where we left off on yesterday with downloading the NinjaTrader platform. This leaves us today with day 2, fundamental analysis. Yesterday we discussed why day trading, why the futures market, then download the platform. Today, day 2, fundamental analysis. Type a 7 in the chat box if you are ready to begin. Moving forward, I have one small request of everyone. Please wear a green top, any shade on Thursday, and turn on your cameras. Make sure everyone turn on their camera on Thursday. We're going to get an auditorium type photo op with everyone in the green shirt. It's going to be really nice. So thank you for doing this small request for me. So 5-day start day trading challenge resources. I am compiling some resources for everyone into one document so that it's very simple to find. I will share that document with you so that you know what it looks like. So this is the document that will house all of the information from this 5-day challenge. If you scroll down, this is the demographics of the group. It explains, the percentage of people who have experienced day trading versus the percentage of people who have absolutely no experience day trading, and it's broken down into categories. There you will also find a trading journal in which you can use to take notes throughout the week. And I also have my book there that you can purchase. It will give you insights on the specific topics of day trading. It will also jog your memory, also place into your mind some thoughts or some questions that you may want to ask for the duration of the challenge. And then if you continue to scroll down, it will have the video for each day. So this is yesterday's video. If you click here, it's included there. And then this explains what the video is about. So what is day trading? What is futures trading? And then download NinjaTrader. Some valuable resources here to assist you with the process for that day. So today is day 2. This is where I will house the video upon concluding today's session, and day 3 and so forth as it continues to move down. In addition to, I'll go ahead and share with you what the journal looks like that I created for the challenge. So it's 5-day start day trading challenge, trading journal. Day 1, we downloaded NinjaTrader. Here are some videos that you can, resource videos to assist you with the process, fundamental analysis, as well as the homework is listed there, technical analysis, and then the homework for day 3. And then there's entering and exiting trades, then homework for day 4. And then day 5, trading strategy, trading your setup. So this is the journal that you can use for the duration of this challenge. Let's go back to the other screen. So fundamental analysis, what is it? The fundamental is the company's finances, equity, financial statements, sectors, valuation, earnings, dividends, and how the overall company is performing. When you think of fundamental analysis, you think of the officers of the company, and we definitely want them to be able to create a favorable outlook for the company and have the ability to grow the company and become profitable which results in investors' interest in buying shares and or trading the stock. So consider, are those officers skilled or are they novice? What are the officers known for? What is their track record? There's some names that come to mind like Robert F. Smith, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk. What is Elon Musk currently in the news for? Absolutely, Twitter, for acquiring or in the process of acquiring Twitter for all of those billions of dollars. And how are the stocks related to these individuals performing? Do you know what those individuals are famously known for? These are some names that you want to keep an eye out on. So fundamental analysis. The economic news announcements, it could very well affect the movement of the market. During the times in which announcements are made, it could have huge spikes up and or huge spikes down in the market. So you want to be aware of announcements being made during the time at which you are planning to trade. Oftentimes, I rescheduled my trading session based on a specific news announcements that was taking place during that time, because I knew that there was a possibility that I may not be able to trade my setup. That news could definitely affect my ability to trade my setup. So I was patient and waited to trade my strategy later on or even the very next day. And these are some sites that, these are my favorite sites. They may not be your favorite sites because we tend to choose sites, based on a number of things. For me, these sites are very simple to understand. So that's why I selected these sites. The first one is CME Group. This is where I go to for the announcements that are being made on a daily basis. I check to see if there are any announcements being made during the time in which I am planning to trade for that day. Earnings Whispers. This is the site in which I go to check the earnings that are being released, which company is releasing their earnings. Since I like to trade the NASDAQ 100, and we all know that the NASDAQ 100 is very tech heavy, so I check to see which tech heavy stocks are having their earnings on that day. If I feel that the earnings could possibly affect the way the market is moving during the time in which I am planning to trade, then I will adjust my trading schedule based on having this information of the earnings being released at that time. And then investing.com. Investing.com, it's similar to CME Group, so it would be a matter of preference. You definitely don't want to check both investing.com and CME Group. Check them both out to see which one you prefer to watch. And investing.com also houses the economic calendar that allows you to see announcements being made on that date as well as on that time. And I will share the sites with you so that you can see what they look like. We'll start with the CME Group so that you can see what CME Group looks like. So let's move over to that screen. This is what the CMEgroup.com website looks like, their economic release calendar. Days are across the top, the dates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if you scroll down, you can see the announcements that are made throughout the course of the day. So as you can see on Monday, 1 a.m., this is the announcement that was made, and so forth. So tomorrow, Tuesday, May 3rd, this is the announcement that will be made at 12:30 a.m., 3:55 a.m., and so forth. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And then let's scroll down to just take a look at some of the announcements that are being made. And then for the following week, so it allows you to plan your trading schedule in advance. If there are some announcements that you prefer to trade around, then plan your schedule around those announcements. So this is what the CMEgroup.com website looks like. Okay, let's take a look at Earnings Whisper. Earningwhispers.com, again, is the website in which I scroll to find when the company's releasing their earnings. And as you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory. The date is the 6th, Monday the 9th, Tuesday the 10th. And if you click on the date and then scroll down, you can see the announcements, the earnings for each individual company. And it tells you the times that the announcement or the earnings will be released. So DraftKings, we know is going to be 6 a.m. Goodyear, 7:45 a.m. Enbridge, 7:09 a.m. And then as we continue to scroll down, look at the different companies that's reporting on that day, with NASDAQ being tech heavy. I scroll down to see if there are any top holdings of NASDAQ 100 releasing earnings so that I can be aware of my surroundings. So the next website that I want to share with you is investing.com. Investing.com, again, is very similar to CME Group, so there wouldn't be any need to check both CME Group as well as investing.com. And investing.com, you can look at the week at a glance to plan the full week of trading. You can look at the next week, but let's take a look at today. So as you can see, Monday, May 2nd is Labor Day in several countries, such as Singapore, Hong Kong, Russia, China. So it's a holiday, as well as in South Africa, United Kingdom, it's a bank holiday. But in the good old US of A, it's a work day, just a normal work day for us. So these are the announcements that took place on today. And then if you scroll down, it shares the ones that are taking place throughout for the full course of the day. Okay, this is investing.com. Then if I scroll back up, I can click on tomorrow's so that I can plan my day in advance. Again, it's a Labor Day for China, Constitution Day for Japan. All of that handy dandy information is included. And then for this week, we get a glance, and you can also look at next week. So in fundamental analysis, I spend maybe about 5 minutes looking at the websites, looking at the news, looking to see what earnings are being reported that are tech heavy components of the NASDAQ. So let's go back to the other screen. So economic news, as I shared with you, it takes me all of 5 minutes to prepare for my trading session each day. I go to cmgroup.com, investing.com, NASDAQ.com, Earnings Whisper website, eWhispers Net website. Again, they have a Twitter, they have an Instagram, as well as a traditional website in which you can check. They are all very easy to read. The information is very organized in a sequential manner to allow you to quickly glance through and find the information that you need. NASDAQ.com, the reason why I go to this website, not on a daily basis, but you want to be familiar with the market that you are trading. You want to be familiar with the holdings, the top stocks that are in that market. And I'll share with you how it is beneficial, or why it is beneficial to know the top holdings of that market. Allow me to share that screen with you. So these are the top holdings for the NASDAQ 100. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, which is Meta now. And here, if you click on market cap, it gives you the large, it can give you the smallest to largest, as well as the largest to the smallest, or whatever your preference is. But knowing your heavy hitters, and then knowing when they're going to be released, they're going to release their earnings on Earnings Whisper. This helps you to plan, your trading session most efficiently, having the highest probability of things going, a higher probability of things going in your favor when you are trading your strategy, just trading around those announcements. Also, there are individuals who have perfected trading announcements. So they like to be in their trading when the announcements are taking place. That's not my preference, but for those who are doing an excellent job at it, congratulations to you. Just simply not my preference, but I know a lot of people who are having a lot of success with trading announcements. I prefer not to. So let's move back to the other screen. So check for understanding. Now that I've shared that information with you, there's a couple things that I want you to do to ensure me so that I know that you understand. Type in the chat box 2 announcements that are taking place on May 5th at 8:30 a.m. Type in the chat box 2 companies that are releasing earnings on Friday, May 6th. And tell me 3 of the top holdings of the NASDAQ. Now I want you to apply this a tad bit further.